But you can start wherever you like.
I think I have an inkling that you may be intrigued, Jeff, by Motor Town Behind the Wheel.
Yes.
Um, so we cannot deny the huge popularity of GTA Online, right?
Right.
And how a big part of GTA Online is the role playing aspect. Now, what if we just remove all of the crime and all of the uh, maybe over exaggerated hoopla and some of the jank of GTA Online, and we have more of a streamlined, hey, you are in Motor Town and just grab a car and drive it around, do a job. If you pick up a taxi, then pick up passengers. Maybe you want to be a bus driver. Go be a bus driver. And it's just a very zen-like game. But as soon as you hop into a public server or maybe a server a friend spins up, it kind of fulfills that GTA Online role playing itch that I've always been curious about, of like, oh well, maybe I will go deliver rice and everything, but a friend will decide to be a an inebriated garbage man that runs me off the road, and I made a mistake of not strapping all of my cargo to my truck, and now my crate of oranges is like in the ocean now. um
This game boggles my mind. Christian, have you heard about this game, Motor Town Behind the Wheel?
Yeah, and it also aesthetically it looks great. It's kind of like, what if Virtua Racing made today? So it's clearly polygons, but much sharper, a really bright, sunny color palette for everything. And then just like you said, Jan, it seems like I have not played it yet. It's in early access right now. Mm-hmm. You can play it as a very zen experience, or you can play it as like strap in jerk.
Well, it seems to be like, what if every single thing about a culture was based on a vehicle? Was like it's kind of the Fast and the Furious philosophy. Fast and the Furious is like, you could do anything as long as you're in a car. It's like, you want to jump from skyscraper to skyscraper? Sure, a car. You want to go to space? Yep, in a car.
We need to climb Half Dome. Better equip a car.
That's right. The way I saw this game described was, okay, so you want to get a really sweet car. Awesome. You see that cool Mustang or what, Lamborghini, whatever, you want to get it. So you need money. Mm-hmm. So take a job. You could get, as Jan mentioned, any job that you can imagine that has to do with cars. You can drive a bus. You could be a garbage collector. You could be a taxi driver. You could be a pizza delivery person. Okay, yes. I'm going to be a pizza delivery person. I have a moped. That's cheap. I can get a moped, put stuff on the back of my moped, pizzas, deliver them through the city. There's a whole, economy based on people want pizza, pick up the pizza. Well, but you know what? I could make more money with the pizzas if the pizzas were better, had better ingredients. Okay, so how does that happen? Well, I can deliver better ingredients to the pizza store, so I can use my moped or get a different car to go to the factory that makes the really good cheese and bring that to the pizza. Well, but how does the factory get really good cheese? Well, they have to get milk. So maybe I can get a pickup truck to go to the farms and deliver the better milk to the cheese factory. And it's like layers and layers and layers of this economy that are all being simulated. And there's actually real humans doing all of those things that are actually impacting the layer of every single other thing that's happening.
The wildest part of this game is that it is a single dev making it.
It's nuts.
And I think it's been out since, like, in early access since 2020, early 2022, or maybe it was like even late 2021. Like, it's been motoring on for a while already.
Well, and the thing that you need to tell me about, Jan, because this is the thing that I can't believe is that every aspect of this feels like a full experience. That it's not like, oh, the pizza delivery thing is, lame. It's a side lame, the functionality is kind of thin because there's other things in the game that are more interesting to do. No, like every single job, and there's numerous, even the delivering from the farm has got its own entire mechanisms that all interoperate and feel like a full game. It's like a million full games all in this interoperable world.
Yeah, it's funny because I guess you could choose which type of driving you want to mainline, whether you want to go down the pizza path or the farmer path, and perhaps you get sick of delivering pizzas. There are a handful of other jobs to go and do, and if you are just playing by yourself, you could easily lose a good chunk of time just picking up people on the bus and properly delivering them.
Yeah.
But then you can add the cooperative chaos of everyone working together on the island, and maybe you have a couple wild cards. I definitely think that, like, sorry, Jeff, but
no, please.
If you have a young child that is curious about or that really enjoys driving and maybe interacting with people, I don't want to say that this may be the gateway to something like that, but perhaps this could be that avenue.
My biggest question is it fun? Is it fun? I understand the Zen thing, and I get that people derive fun from that. You know, people play Power Wash Simulator and all that stuff. That's not usually my jam. I'm not into the chore core stuff, and this feels like it's right on the edge of that.
Yeah.
Do you find it fun?
It took a while for the fun to spin up. And that initial onboarding process of like, okay, what am I doing? What is any of this? And then I quickly went into debt in the game. And I was thinking I would never financially recover from this, but it is that type of game where you kind of have to create your own mechanisms and structures for fun. It will give you a couple of core objectives to work through initially as you're playing the game. But after a while, you were kind of just free to your own own path of what you want to do. And for some people, that is a lot of fun. But for some other people that are craving a little bit more structure, maybe some story, I could see that not being their jam.
Yeah. It does seem like you have to really want to get better cars.
Yeah,
that just feels like the hook is like earn the money to get the better car, or you just love being a bus driver.
You play it publicly. What was the war game? Oh, I could look it up. It was like maybe 7 episodes ago where like you load the bullets, you do the
you have to the factory that makes the bullets is also people playing the game. What was that? It was an isometric game. I think who was telling us about that?
I'm gonna find it here real quick.
Yeah, you can find it. This new subgenre.
It was with Dave. Dave Jewett was. So it was like, let's see, beginning of December. We talked about it for folks that want to go back and listen.
But did you get the game name?
Oh, I was looking for the game name. No, I can pull that up too, though.
Get the game. That's the important part. Is the name of the game? No, go back to December. Yeah, you'll find it.
To me, what was important was remembering the game we talked about. Foxhole. Foxhole is
Foxhole,
the name of the game.
That's
but
right.
I was trying to figure out when we talked about it. So
no, you wanted the month was the most important part for people. What month were we talking about that?
Yeah, that's my chore core. Understanding months. How do they work?
Foxhole.
Yeah.
Foxhole. Anyway, the game we're talking about today is Motortown Behind the Wheel. Fascinating. Like, my position with this, Jan, is that even if I never play this, I love that it exists.
Yeah.
I love that it may not be for me, but I love that people are into this. Just the idea of it happening is so cool to me.
That's how I feel about some of the driving simulator games or job simulator games out there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to sit behind it's not a wheel with a train, levers of a train. But I'm happy that there is a burgeoning community watching or playing as someone piloting a train. You don't pilot a train. Conducting a train.
Conducting, yeah. There we go.
Yeah. And I watched I don't know, a couple of minutes of a YouTube video of these guys doing the trucking game, Truck Simulator, where you're just a big rig trucker driving across America, and they did I think they did like an 8-hour real-time drive trucking thing. And most of it is just driving at night, just like, but they loved it. And I'm like, you know what? I love that this exists. This is not something that would be fun for me at all, but the idea that video games are creating that experience for people is, I don't know, somehow very appealing to me in the abstract.
It's an interesting form of escapism to insert yourself into a profession.
Right. Yeah. Anyway, Motortown Behind the Wheel. What else is